The HOA sent fake cops over my fence. Grandpa made sure they never tried again. Grandpa's ranch had been in the family for over 60 years. The land was quiet, peaceful, and surrounded by a steel gate he had built himself after retiring from the Army Corps of Engineers. To him, that fence wasn't just protection, it was pride. But pride doesn't sit well with power-hungry HOAs. The trouble started when the HOA claimed Grandpa's land technically fell under their jurisdiction. They wanted dues, access, and eventually, they wanted his workshop. He laughed in their faces, slammed the door, and went back to work. But HOAs don't like hearing no. Soon they were sending letters, then fines, and finally threats. But Grandpa wasn't a man you threatened. But HOAs don't like hearing no. Soon they were sending letters, then fines, and finally threats. But Grandpa wasn't a man you threatened. Grandpa saw right through them. They weren't cops, they were hired thugs. The men rattled the gate, demanding he hand over unauthorized property the HOA claimed belonged to them. When he didn't answer, they climbed the fence like they were invading enemy ground. But Grandpa had been expecting them. The HOA had already tried sneaking onto his land twice before, and he wasn't about to let them make it 3 times. What those fakes didn't know was that Grandpa had made some adjustments to the fence. He'd run a concealed electrified line through the gate, not enough to kill, just enough to teach a painful lesson. As the first thug's boot hit the top, a crackling spark lit the night. He dropped like a sack of bricks, screaming, while the others froze mid-climb. One by one, they jumped back, cursing and panicked, realizing Grandpa had just turned their little invasion into a live-wire nightmare. And Grandpa? He stood on the porch, coffee in hand, watching calmly as they scrambled back to their car. By the time real deputies arrived, the fake cops were gone, humiliated and burned literally. Grandpa handed over the footage from his cameras, and the HOA president suddenly had a lot of explaining to do. If you've ever wanted to see a Karen and her HOA thugs get shocked into reality, hit that subscribe button because Grandpa's not done fighting yet, and share where you're watching from.